Hai, Assalamualaikum. I'm Diana Batrisha binti Muhammad Rabi'i from class KIM 144-1E and normal matrix is 2022-896-288.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Anis Farzana binti Zainal.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and my name is Atira Maisara.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Roberta Akmal binti Sarifa Azali. I am from KIN 144-1E. My matric number is 2022-463106.
My group today want to present about the National Library of Malaysia. Alright, why we are choose the National Library of Malaysia? Because I think this library, the National Library of Malaysia ni, very famous at Kuala Lumpur. So I think all of you know about this library. So I think this is suitable for our assignment to do about the library. Alright, so I will explain the introduction to you guys. Okay, let's go with first. We go to the name of the library. Okay, the National Library of Malaysia, name in BM is Perpustakaan Negara Malaysia. In the short name is PNM. So yeah, we just famous with PNM. We just already know what PNM. It's Perpustakaan Negara Malaysia. Alright. So we go. The second one is in year 1993 until now, the National Library of Malaysia at Jalan Tun Razak, Kuala Lumpur. So that if everyone go to this library, you just visit the National Library of Malaysia at Jalan Tun Razak, Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Alright. So the last but not least, the National Library of Malaysia have many advantages for citizens of Malaysia and of course for visitor also. So I think you guys can come and enjoy the moment. Try to research the books for students, and I think for visitor, you just look at the library, you just reading the books. Okay, so I think citizens of Malaysia should proud to the government because the government that embodies very helpful to citizens of Malaysia to get the information. Alright, we go to vision and mission and organizational chart. Okay, so their vision in National Library of Malaysia is driving the country world class and information service. Alright, so the mission is very amazing and we want to see the mission. Okay, so the mission is strengthening quality library and information service and maintaining the country intellectual heritage to form a knowledgeable society. So I think the mission is very wow. So because I think the mission can explain about what they want, what their mission to the library. Alright, so this library has a slogan too, and the slogan #Malaysia Reading. Alright, so yeah, we go to organizational chart. So I will explain about you guys who the head director in this library. Okay, so head director for this library is Puan Salsia binti Abdul Wahab, and the head deputy director general is Eddie Irwan bin Zulkifli. So they have 13 workers have below them. So I think this is very amazing. Wow. Alright, for the building design have you know right, the building design have represent Malay traditional like Tengkolo. The building design, as you can see, like very unique, amazing, extremely unique, and very amazing for me lah. For me, it's very amazing because the shape it's Tengkolo and have 50 levels for the buildings, and yeah, I think it's very amazing for this building, and I think all people can take the picture because very unique, I think. And yeah, I think like this library too is very aesthetic and the building is very unique.
Technical service is behind the scenes service for the staff and the librarian to purchase the material such as book, article, journal from the publisher. It is also about entering a library material in a library catalog. Technical service has a department that called the Resource Acquisition Department, the responsibility for all the library materials and managing access to purchase electronic research. The staff in charge will be the one to choose the library material and piece of information center in all formats including digital terms and maintain the ordering processing with the purchase or information related to the library. They have to make sure that the material are in a good condition and the OPEX system are up to date. In National Library or PNM, we also have cataloging. Cataloging is the process that provides the research and collection that came from over the world in a catalog collection. National Library of Malaysia has the information that come from around the world, and the language they have used also from a variety of countries, such as Chinese, English, Germans, and other else. To make it easy for the user to use the OPEC system, it has been upgraded for over the past year. For example, before they used the card catalog, but now they have the OPEC system, which is the online public access that contains the computerized database in there. National Library also has classification. Classification is the process of classing the number and alphabets in a small number to a larger number. In National Library, they use DSS, which is dual decimal classification. The National Library of Malaysia have variety of collection and resource from many places. This collection has its own website that has called U-Pustaka. U-Pustaka content management component such as e-resource and review. E-review provide efficient information sharing and reliable access to the original document, enable faster decision making for the book. E-resource contains the e-books and e-journal. In PNF, they have Overdrive, their website for research the book. Other than that, they have Press Reader. This is a website that have newspaper details, digital research all around the world for veterans. Last but not least, they have EBSCO, Premier Public Library Package. This is the larger database to e-book, article from thousands of e-journals, and variety of resource information from more than 100 sub-databases. Other than that, the research can be downloaded and the user can access as many e-books on various subjects including art, business.
I will talk to you about information services of National Library of Malaysia. There are 4 information services of National Library of Malaysia, which are reference, circulation, user information needs, and selective dissemination of information. Let's begin with reference. Most library has their own reference counter, and so is National Library of Malaysia. The purpose of a reference counter is to provide information and assistance to library users. This helps library users to make use of National Library of Malaysia's facilities, collections, and services effectively. When you first enter the library, you will see the reference counter. So from there, you can ask for advice or consultation, ask for help at the reference counter, and the staff will guide and help you. For example, if you need a specific information or advice regarding research, the staff can help you in locating the materials needed. Information services provided by National Library of Malaysia consists of: the first one is reader advisory services, the second one is information packaging services, the third one is microfilm newspaper services, the fourth one is Malaysian services, and many more. Other than that, National Library of Malaysia also provides OKU Information Corner for people with disabilities. This one initiative made by National Library of Malaysia to ensure all library users will get equal access to library services. This information corner is located at Level G Anjung Lestari, and this special service is open by appointment according to National Library of Malaysia's operation hours. The reading materials for disabled people provided by National Library of Malaysia consists of braille books printed in large print, OKU learning cards, OKU play equipment, and audiobooks. Other than collections mentioned above, there are also facilities for disabled people. For instance, free transportation is provided from the Association for the Blind to National Library of Malaysia's premises. In order to use this service, users must book 5 working days before. Let's move on to the next one, which is circulation. National Library of Malaysia's lending services allow users to borrow books for free. Users must first register to be PNM member first. After being a successful registered member, users are allowed to borrow 6 books for 3 weeks, and renewal extension is only allowed once from its renewal date. Book loan and book returns can be made at the service counter. However, Members are encouraged to use self-service machine provided by National Library of Malaysia. Borrowers can be fined 10 cents per book daily if fail to return the book within the due date.
Selective dissemination of information. It is a kind of awareness service that intended to make sure that users follow the latest development in the field that they interested. It can be defined as a service that library provided where users are informed regularly about the new publication, report, literature, or other sources in the library. National Library of Malaysia provided SDI in a various type of way. Most of their database allow users to configure search and journal alerts. With this, users get to save their times to do their research. And National Library of Malaysia also provide an automatic email notification whenever they found a new information available. Next, we have user information needs. User information needs can be defined as importance to the design of information system in general and to provide an information service that work perfectly, in particular for user to use. First of the user information needs is for user to search for information in the library or for general reading, examination, research, and more. So for profession and staffing, the head director of National Library of Malaysia is Salasia binti Abdul Wahab. She is the leader for the management. Meanwhile, the deputy director of National Library of Malaysia is Eddie Iwan bin Zulkafli. He is the leader for library development and information services. The staffing is divided into 3 branches, which is the management, library development, and information service. For the management, they have 9 staff in total, and 4 of them are the director. The Library of Malaysia manage the catalog, data, and membership with automate software. Meanwhile, for development, they have 10 staff in total, and 2 of them are the director. They will discuss and have a meeting to make sure that the library facilities are comfortable enough for the users to use. Lastly, for information service, they have 8 staff in total and 2 of them are the director. The National Library of Malaysia provide a lot of online services, and one of them is data source sharing. Users that already registered can access the consortium data. Therefore, the roles and responsibility of National Library of Malaysia is Library of Malaysia. Roles are divided into 3 parts, which is management, library development, and information service. They keep a lot of collection of books, printed materials, and special documents. For example, films and audio materials. For management, the National Library of Malaysia is an open source library management system that users get to enjoy the most flexible, stable, and high security platform. National Library of Malaysia management system features can lead users to unlock new possibility for institution, students, and academic use the knowledge.
Alright, the target user of this library is all people, is the citizens of Malaysia. Is very hard target user of them because because citizens of Malaysia, of course, we of course target to come and should visit and to see the library. And of course at the Kuala Lumpur, of course target user in people at Kuala Lumpur first, and then all states. And for the student in Kuala Lumpur, school and workers and lecturer and teacher at there at Kuala Lumpur can come, and target user have of course as Jesus only say is very important, but at Kuala Lumpur it's very more important too, because at Kuala Lumpur more easy to come. And I think people at Kuala Lumpur, it's very target user, it's very target user for this library, for PNM or National Library of Malaysia. All right. So the PNM have facilities too. Okay, the first one is cafeteria for all visitors and workers. Second, auditorium, multi-purpose room, and exhibition hall. Third, theater for the kids. And fourth, surau for Muslim. And fifth, back storage booth and carol room. And the last one, free parking for all the visitor.
National Library of Malaysia is a good place to study, to do research, read books, or even completing the assignments. With basic amenities such as free Wi-Fi, free filtered water, tons of network PCs, self-service machine for issuing and returning books, photocopiers, and many more, users will feel comfortable when visiting this library for as long as they want. The whole world is currently in an era where technological sophistication is increasing rapidly. Therefore, experience of using library is not the same as old times. For example, National Library of Malaysia provides free computer and internet access for public to do research and use OPAC. To conclude, all are welcome to visit National Library of Malaysia and make use of many beneficial facilities there. This library will continue to increase the number of resources collections, provides more useful facilities, and make information accessible for all, both physical and virtual.